One of the reasons why I thought of you too, Daniel, you posted a video about a week or two ago. I think it was a walkthrough on a remodel that you had done. And the whole house was empty, so it looked like you had carte blanche to go in there and refresh everything. Um, Tell us about the remodel process. How does that start from, hey, I want to remodel a part of my home, to how do you find the person in your area to do that and do it well?
Well, in that particular case, that was a referral from an agent that the client owned that house for about 6 years. They decided they wanted to move. They had an accident where they had some water problems in the house, and so it caused them to have to get some already modifications done to it. And then she made the decision where she was probably going to sell it anyway. And since the house had no updates, it was a very older home. And so they said, hey, let's just do everything. We want to see how much more market value that gets us if we totally refresh the house. So that's how that particular
Right.
situation occurred. Now, it all depends on everybody's um, how much can they handle. Construction and remodeling is not easy. It's not clean.
No, it's not.
It's not fun for the typical homeowner. And so when they come in, and we typically would go and walk their house with them, and they'll say, "Hey, I'm thinking about doing this with the kitchen. I wanted to rip out all these cabinets. I want to knock this wall down. I want to rip these floors out. I want to do this." And I'm like, "Well, the first thing we talk is how much time do you have? Are you planning on staying in your house during the process? How much budget do you have?" And really make sense and see if they actually know what they're getting themselves into. Because a lot of times
Yeah.
people don't understand it. You do a kitchen remodel, that knocks you out of that kitchen for at least a week or 10 days. So that means you don't have running water. You're not cooking your food there. You don't have time to heat up your kids' food in the mornings or whatever's happening. So there's a lot of modifications you have to explain to them. Bathrooms. You don't have access to your master bathroom for a week or two when you're trying to redo showers and sinks and cabinets. And so that's a major hurdle for a lot of people to overcome.
Yeah, I've never experienced that remodel inside the home. It's always been on the outside, or we did a whole out back door or a backyard kind of remodel, and it was stressful. Just that, I can't imagine the disruption that you would have in a home remodeling. What are the things that a good contractor can do to kind of relieve that stress, or at least ease some of the stress that the family might have during that process?
The biggest number one thing we found in the business is communication and keeping them on a consistent timeline of what to expect each day. So when we sign up a project, we generally will give them a kind of a pretty accurate timeline. Hey, this is what we're going to do this day, this day, this day, and this day. If there's a hurdle that comes up in the middle of that, then we will, immediately contact them and say, hey, listen, this just happened. We're going to get this figured out. Either a plumbing pipe was bad, or a supplier just called and said, hey, the cabinets that you ordered are going to be delayed by a week. Something in that too. And there's always going to be a problem too. That's something else that you have to make sure you tell the homeowner up front. This is not going to be a flawless process. We're always going to come up to something. It's how we handle it and how we overcome it is the difference in contractors.
Right, right. And probably just have patience. Have patience with the process.